So we had a green day in the stock market today, guys, and that's after, I'm sure you guys know, we've had a couple of red days in a row. So it's nice to see a little bit of green. We had the S&P go up 0.7% today, Russell up 0.6%, same with the Dow as the NASDAQ went up over 1%, and we had the VIX down about 2%. So in this video, we're going to break down the markets, talk stocks, we're going to break down some charts, and we have some earnings to go over. We had Costco report, Lululemon, Broadcom, excuse me, guys, and a couple of other ones. So sit back, relax, hit that like button, subscribe, and make sure to get your 20 stocks from Moomoo, up to 20 stocks, each up to $2,000 with at least a $100 deposit. Link down below. And just know, guys, all those links do help out the channel. And with that being said, let's just dive into the video. So again, very strong day for the markets today. And I mean, at this point, guys, bulls are fighting, no doubt about it. They're putting up a fight. We can see 390 has held so far, 392 here on SPY, and on Triple Q, let's pull that up. We have held around 278, 280, 282, and this is right by the 180 moving average on the 4-hour chart for both Triple Q and SPY. So that's a very good sign for the bulls in the short term here, but we're not fully breaking out is what I'm trying to get at, right? We're not fully there yet, and that is why my alert is currently set at $398 on SPY, which happens to be a little bit under the 180, or rather the 50 SMA here on the 4-hour chart. So if that were to break, maybe at that point, we'd start to move 403, maybe 405, 408, right? These are some targets that we could be going to. So 398, 400 is a big spot for SPY on the upside here. And on Triple Q, let's pull that up. We have roughly 296, well, more like 286 initially. Then we have 296. 286 being resistance from, let's see here, beginning of October, end of October as well. So if 286 breaks, 295, 6 could be next, followed by who knows where. I mean, this could be breaking out even further, hence why my alerts are set. But again, even though we had a green day today, it was great. The VIX went down. We are not fully breaking out quite yet. We have some levels coming up that we need to break for the bulls to really start gaining some more momentum. That's, those are some quick thoughts here on Triple Q and SPY, guys. And as always, I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments down below. So let's take a look at oil and see how that closed. Last I checked, it was at 71. Yeah, still at 71 a barrel. Oil is clearly being dominated by the bears. We're just, we just hit a fresh low today, and, it's pretty much at the lows of where it was about a year ago, back in, December of 2021. And when we're looking at gold, it's up a little bit over 1,800 right now. Of course, we have a big resistance coming up at 1,820. I've been mentioning that point time and time again on the channel, guys. 1,820 needs to break, where, that's where my alert's at. At that point, I'll be able, and, me personally, I'm not telling you guys what to do. My dog what is she doing over there? I'm not telling you guys what to do, but if this goes to, if gold breaks 1820, GLD is going to be seeing a big move, in my opinion. If silver starts pushing, well, silver is already making a nice move, but if it really starts breaking past 24 an ounce into the mid-high 20s, I'm going to be all over SLV. And honestly, I should have got SLV, a couple weeks ago, but, I'm watching it either way. And I think gold is, lagging silver a little bit, and it's going to break 1820. That's my personal take in the short term. I think it's going to break 1820, and again, I'll be able to play GLD, but we're not quite there yet on gold. We're not there yet. We shall see, how it pans out. So let's break down these earnings, guys. I want to, get through these earnings because honestly, I haven't looked at them yet. So let's break these down together. Let's see how the stocks are reacting. And I've talked about this stock on my channel so many times, guys. Costco, ticker symbol COST. It's this company that I'm sure you guys know, Costco, right? I'm sure you have one in your town, wherever you are. It's this company that always trades at a premium. It's a great business, and the psychological, the tactics they use. I mean, I'm not sure if you guys pay attention to this stuff, but the tactics they use to really bring in the consumer and try to have them spend as much money and have as great of an experience as possible. Let me name a couple, right? Costco's cart, number one, is huge. That makes you, the consumer, want to fill it up, right? If you guys haven't noticed, their cart is massive, very deep, very wide. I mean, it's unbelievable. Another thing, once you walk into Costco, any Costco, or at least the ones here, I'm sure they're all the same. They are, right? Once you walk into Costco, what do you see right off the bat? What products do you see? You see the most expensive products. It's the TV section, the cameras, the monitors, right? The computers, the laptops. That's what you see right off the bat. I was there the other day. I mean, I was there about a week ago. They have these TVs, guys, that are like $5,000, $59.99, some crazy 4K, ultra high definition TVs, and you're looking at these these price tags, and anything compared to that seems cheap. If you look at a TV that's $5,000, or a monitor that's $1,000, or a TV that's like $1,500, whatever, or a computer that's $800. You're going to see this next product down in the other section of the store that's $10, and you're going to be like, oh, I'm going to buy that, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to buy that. So that's a tactic. And another thing is they lure you in with their food, right? They have a lot of free samples, which I guess a lot of companies do this, but Costco has a bunch of free samples, which, guys, I'm a fat kid at heart. I mean, I love food so much. Put any type of food in front of me. Indian food, Italian food, Chinese food, Greek food, of course. I'm Greek. I love Greek food. Any food, Mexican food, I will eat it, right? And if there's free samples in the stores, I'm liking that, right? I'm liking that. So that's another thing. And another thing worth mentioning with the food is they have, a lot of their products they sell at a loss. They try and get you in to get these certain products. They sell at a loss. I think the one that I'm remembering is the rotisserie chicken. It's like $3.99, and these days you're not getting a rotisserie chicken for $3.99. And what else? I'm forgetting one. There's one more. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm forgetting the last one, but either way, let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. I mean, Costco's a brilliant business that trades at a premium valuation, and it's incredible. I mean, I want to own the stock, but at this point, it just needs to get to a cheaper price. Oh, now I remember, in terms of food, they also have a restaurant. It's not a restaurant, but they have some food there. It's like hot dogs. You can get chicken, pizza, wings, stuff like that, and it's super cheap. You want to know why? Because I got a hot dog the other day. It was like $1, and I got a slice of pizza. It was $1.50. I mean, pretty cheap stuff. And you can get a whole pie for like $12. Cheap stuff to get people to enjoy the experience. I mean, they're not going there to eat at this place, but it's all about the experience. And it kind of reminds me of IKEA. Have you guys heard of IKEA, the furniture, whatever you want to call it? That's a great experience as well. It's very similar to Costco in the sense that there's food there, there's a restaurant, there is a whole experience, right? But we're not going to get into that rabbit hole in this video. But yeah, what do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments, about Costco. It's just a great business, but the valuation's hot. So let's see what they ended up doing, and it looks like the stock's selling off here after the bell, which I'm liking. I want to get this stock cheap, guys. They ended up doing, let's see here, 53.44 billion in revenue, which missed the 54.64 billion estimate, so they missed on that. What did EPS come in? EPS came in at 310 versus the 311 estimate, so that missed. And are we seeing anything here on guidance? Q1 comparable store sales up 9.3%, Canada up 2.4%, other international down 3.1%, total company up 6.6%, e-commerce down 3.7%. I mean, who buys on Costco.com? I mean, wouldn't you want to just go to the store anyway? Yeah, e-commerce is down, and it looks like the stock closed at 480. Now it's at about 476, so it's down about a measly 1%, so not anything crazy. And honestly, guys, for me to buy it, I've said this before, I'll say it again, it's got to come under 400, or at least very close to 400 again for me to nibble a little bit. But then again, it was at 400 a couple months ago, and I didn't buy it. So I don't know. I probably need it under 400, to be honest, to start nibbling a little bit. And it's going to be one that one day I'll probably own, but it's just not. Doesn't seem like it's going to be in the near-term future, but we shall see, guys. That's Costco. They ended up missing on EPS and revenue, and we'll see how guidance looks once that earnings call goes through and we get some more information. So that's Costco. Lululemon also reported. Let me pull that up. Lululemon, holy smokes, guys. Look at that. Lululemon's down $40 a share after the bell. What in the world is going on, guys? Oh, my God. It's down 13% after the bell. So they ended up doing, and mind you, look at where it's at, right by the 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart. Lululemon right now ended up doing $2 in EPS, which beat the $1.96. Okay, they beat on EPS, and sales beat as well. $1.86 billion versus $1.81 billion estimated, and it looks like here comparable sales increased 22%. Or 25% on a constant dollar basis. Inventories at Q3N increased 85%. Oh my God, to 1.79 billion or 1.7 billion compared to 0.9 billion at the end of Q3 of last year, which is pretty insane. That's a big increase in inventory. A lot of companies are having that, happen to them with inventory, and we can see here again. We're right at the 180 SMA. At this point, I mean, I'm not saying for sure we're going to bounce at this point. We have to let the dust settle, of course. We have to see what guidance looks like, the earnings call. But I don't know. I mean, it's going to be worth watching here at 330, 340 to see, do we bounce? Do we end up giving at this point? Start going down to the lower 300s. So keep your eyes on Lululemon there. AVGO is another one, which is also known as Broadcom. They ended up reporting after the bell. Let's see what they did. They did $10.45 in EPS versus $10.28 estimated on sales of $8.93 billion versus $8.90 billion estimated. So they beat EPS, beat on revenue. They see Q1 sales of $8.9 billion versus $8.79. So that beat, that's great. And they guided for anything else on guidance? No, that's it. Oh, earnings. Yeah, earnings beat the guidance as well. So, yeah, AVGO looks like it's starting to make a move towards the highs from last week, it looks like. At about 555 roughly is where that high was, and you can see my alerts at 562, which is right by the high from the middle of August. If AVGO starts moving out of there, guys, we have some upside, in my opinion. 590, maybe towards 600, this is where this could be breaking out to 605. So that's AVGO. Watch out for it. I'm gonna maybe I'll set another alert at 550. Let's do that. Markets that were above $550 right there on AVGO. So let's look at DocuSign, which is Kathy Wood's favorite right here. This one up 4% on the day, and after the bell, it is up. Wow, look at that. It is gapping up about 14-15%. Look at that, guys. So this is one that obviously has been beaten down. I think we covered it in my last video. It was down at one point 85%. Now it's rallying. It's they reported EPS of 57 cents versus 42 estimated on revenue of 50 or 645 rather. I butchered that. 645 million versus 626. So they beat EPS. They beat revenue. Looks like they see Q4 sales of 637 to 641 million versus 640 million estimated. Full year 23 sales of 2.49 billion to 2.47 billion versus 2.49 billion. So looks like guidance is pretty much right in line for Q4 sales and full year 23 sales. Anything else here worth mentioning? Nothing really. But look, guys, even though it's gapping up 15% after the bell, which is all nice and dandy, it is still in a downtrend, clear as day. In fact, we're just now taking the highs out from a couple days ago, nothing crazy, and we're still under the highs from about 3 weeks ago. So this is not really doing anything crazy. It's still in a downtrend, so keep that in mind. Chewy is another one. Let's pull Chewy up. Chewy reported, and they ended up doing, let's see here, they ended up doing $2.59, or rather, that's revenue, 2.53 billion in revenue versus 2.46, so that beat. And EPS, why am I not seeing EPS here? It looks like they lost 7 cents on the quarter, which I'm not surprised that they're losing a little bit of money there on the quarter. And they see full year 22 sales of 10.02 to 10.04 billion. They see Q4 sales of 2.63 to 2.65 billion, and they raised their full year sales outlook, it looks like, according to this right here. I'm not seeing exactly what they raised it to, but it looks like they did raise their full year sales outlook, which is solid. Now, you guys know my take on Chewy. I've covered it before. This needs to break $46 a share. I'm not touching it until, honestly, at this point, it breaks that point. So I'm going to set my alert. Markets that were above 46 a share on Chewy. If that breaks, we might have a wide open gap to about $49, $50, maybe even higher. Dare I say, even higher. So RH, Restoration Hardware, they also reported. Let's pull this up and see what they ended up doing. So, or wait, did they not report? I thought they reported today. Why are they not showing the numbers? Oh, no, they did. There we go. They ended up doing $567 in EPS versus $469. So they crushed that on revenue of $869 million versus $838 million estimated. So they beat EPS, beat on revenue. They now see Q4, or rather full year 22 revenue down 3.5% to 4.5% versus the prior outlook of down 3.5% to 5.5%. All right, pretty much the same thing there. I'm not seeing anything else on guidance, but it looks like Restoration Hardware, guys, is moving up a little bit. It's up a hair right now, after the bell, up a couple bucks, but really nothing crazy. And to be honest, I think I mentioned this earlier today. Restoration Hardware, for me to play it, it's got to break 300. It's got to break 310, the highs from the past couple of months, and who the heck knows when that's going to happen. So I'm going to do one more for the video, guys. GameStop, which ended up closing on the day up 11%. It didn't have one huge squeeze like we've seen before, but it coasted up pretty much the entire day. It kept inching up and away the entire day. And at this point, we're at a big level of resistance, right around these moving averages at about 25, 26 bucks on the 4-hour chart. This point needs to break. If we do break out of 26 bucks, 28 followed by 30 could be next, and 30 is going to be the big test, guys. That is the big test. If 30 could break, who knows where this is going to go? I mean, you've seen the momentum kick in before. So I'm going to wrap the video up here, guys. A little bit of a quicker video, although it's 16 minutes. That's really not that short of a video. But for this channel, I guess it is. Typically, the videos are 20, 25 minutes. Well, I haven't done really any 25-minute videos in a while. But either way, whatever. If you guys enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to get your free money from Moomoo, up to 20 stocks, each up to $2,000 with at least a $100 deposit. Use that link down below. Deposit at least $100, and boom, you get some free stocks. And you could also check out my Patreon, and you get 12 stocks from Webull. All those are linked down below. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.